want to give you a little bit of a word of encouragement and what we're going to do, and give you a little bit of a, some of the stuff that's going to happen. Okay, the theme of our Grand River Band of Brothers River Run this year is the theme is "Nothing is lost. I have made all things new." Welcome to our 4th annual River Run. My name is Mike Carter. If you don't know me, okay, I'm going to be your host today. The previous host last year was Paul Hooper. I hope I can do as good a job as he did. Okay, so I'm going to probably, we have 4 people that will respond on the river. Okay, that's talking. So I will ask you guys, if you have any comments, if you get excited, please keep it to yourselves about time. You can talk to them later. Also, bear in mind that everyone who is speaking is not a professional speaker. I learned that from our boot camp last weekend we were at, and just so take that in consideration. But they are going to share their heart, okay, and how God has transformed their lives. Okay, the question is, nothing is lost, all things are made new. I know my journey this year has been a tough one with a lot of stuff that's happening with our realm of our family. And sometimes you ask that question. And there's many scriptures in the Old Testament, New Testament, where the Lord speaks to his prophets and to his apostles and through the Lord himself. It talks about how he has renewed things and he will redo things. But we're going to focus on only one scripture for time. Especially me, because I'm a bit of a filibuster. It says, that's Luke 19:10, where the Son of Man has come to restore those things which are lost. So basically, to give you an example of how things can be restored, I'm going to tell you one story about the River Run last year. Okay, so we have 2 young men that joined our band of brothers here in Brantford. Okay, and what they did is, one was a drug addict, and the other one was an alcoholic. Now these 2 dudes, brothers, we met them at 15 and 17, 3 years ago. One of our warriors here, David, introduced them, brought them into our group, and they've been drunks and drug addicts since they were 10. That's how bad it was. Through the period of years, they kept on going on benders. They would come to our group, and they would get drunk again. Anyways, last year, River Run, the oldest boy wanted to go to River Run, but he got drunk. He was just terrible. It was just terrible. And then the night before River Run, he says, "Can I still go?" I said, "Well," I can't. I don't have any more canoes." So what we did is Dave and I kind of put our heads together. We called a good friend of ours who's also a brother and a warrior for us, but his name was Louis. So Louis picked him up at 7 o'clock in the morning, got out of bed at 7 o'clock in the morning, okay, picked this guy up and drove him to Glen Morris, which is where the launch point. It's the second launch point where we're launching, and we're all going canoeing down there. All 32 guys of us, and there was Louis and him standing in the water up to here. Okay, so we brought him in a canoe. It was such an exhilarating experience and a vision to see this young man at 19 years old to get in this canoe with Houston and Paul Hooper, which you guys know who he is. So after that, we went to the camp. Things were good. We thought that things were going to go good for that guy. He went on something like 7 more benders. If you don't know what a bender is, that is when you get totally pie-eyed, you get drunk to the point where you can't see. You know, and then through guys like Houston, who's not here, David, myself, Will, a lot of the guys, we kept on praying for this guy. We kept on pouring into this guy and his brother. Okay, and through all that stuff like that, now they are both at Teen Challenge. One's in New Brunswick, the other one's in London, and they're being restored. The battle's not over yet for these guys. But what I'm telling you is that the Lord can take something that's so broken, so messed up, and they can restore it to something that's new.
Yeah, come on.
So that's basically the thing there. So basically, our mission today is to find and renew our true heart, our strong and our courageous heart. Okay, not our masculine heart. I find a lot of people misinterpret what a masculine heart is, right? They call it a macho heart, which is like our tough, things like that. That's definitely a pose, for sure, if you know anything about posing. But we're looking for that true, strong, courageous heart. And we'll probably hear it from the story there.